Hello, my name is AJ. I'm your Hypoxix coach for today, and we have level 4.6 chair teaser. This is a level 4 movement and a level 6 breathography, meaning we're adding in 8 beat breath retentions at the conclusion of each of our engaged exhale. Congratulations for making it to this advanced breathing level. And we're performing those retentions to strengthen the deep core muscles that activate at the end of our exhalation, and then we retain our breath for those 8 beats with those muscles held, improving the stamina in those muscles. And we're also improving that relationship to carbon dioxide, both inside the exercise session and outside the exercise session, which equates to less stress outside the exercise session. So here is a stress relieving core exercise for today. There's your pep talk. Let's begin. Put the ball in between your inner thighs. If you're working with a Hypoxix coach and they suggested a variation on the exercise, always follow that because that's there to optimize your program based on your assessment. Let's begin. So this ball here, we're squeezing the ball, knees are pointing over the third toes. We're engaging our inner thigh and also our deep core muscles, but we're also using it as tactile feedback. If the ball starts moving around while we do the exercise, we know that we've lost our pelvic stability, and you want to use that for feedback, because if you lost your pelvic stability and the main goal of the exercise is to improve your pelvic stability, we probably want to move back to a level 1, 2, or 3 before coming back to this exercise. Now here, this is as much a postural exercise as it is a core exercise, so we're going to interlace the fingers, pull them apart. So if they were slippery, they pull apart like that. And then you're going to push your head back in Hypoxix headstands, which is a combination of pushing the head back into your hands and also using your hands to lift the head up off of the spine. You're heightening your spine. You're increasing the height of the spine as you perform the exercise. The visual system, we're staring at a far, far, far point. Mine's a microphone across the room. Hopefully yours is a farther point, out a window, down a hall, at a beautiful picture. You're staring at it. You're changing the shape of your eyeballs when you work your visual system. And this is one of the main reasons we work our eyes and the muscles of our eyeballs here. We're also optimizing our nervous system by staring far and then pulling our head back away from that point that you're staring at. So there's the posture. Now for the pelvis, make sure the weight is equal between your two sit bones, and also make sure you're not forward on the pubic bone, make sure you're not back on the tailbone. You're about halfway between the 2 points. And when you lean back, and here's what the exercise looks like, you're just going to maintain that neutral as you lift and you heighten the spine as you alternate your legs. Now you want to make sure that you're feeling the abs and your hip flexors. The front of the hip muscles are strengthened in this exercise, not so much low back. If you feel your low back, especially when you integrate the breathing and you go into your engaged exhale, then you simply want to sit back up and perform a level 1, 2, or 3. It just means that the resistance on the abdominals is too great and you can't quite stabilize in that position. And don't worry, you'll eventually get here. The important thing is that you meet yourself where you're at. Additionally, the tactile feedback from your ab ribbon, you should be loosening on soft shish and loud shish of the engaged exhale. If you cannot, firstly, try to loosen your ab ribbon just a little bit, an inch or two, because when we get in these isolated core exercises, the natural increased waist circumference from the thickening of the muscle and our skin folds that naturally exist there, you just may need to loosen it a bit, or again, the resistance is too much for the abs and you can't quite integrate the deep core with the superficial core, so just bring it back to levels 1, 2, or 3, and that's it. So let's begin. Interlace the fingers behind the head, head stance, find your point, neutral spine. Let's get into position for our zip up inhale, and hiss 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 1, inhale 2, and blow. Loosen the ribbon. You're holding 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause. Inhale. Inhale. You're holding 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause. Inhale. Inhale. Loosen the ribbon, heighten the spine, hold 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work.